Guess who's at war with one another? Kind of. Little bit. Sarah Palin and Rush Limbaugh. Huh, don't it? Now, why? Well, you know, Sarah Palin made an enormous stink out of Rahm Emanuel's calling certain liberal activist groups effing retarded. And she says that's the R word, it's as bad as the N word, and should never be used. Well, funny enough, there's someone else who used it. It was Rush Limbaugh on yesterday's program. And he wasn't nearly as polite as Rahm Emanuel. I got the quote for you. Rush says, quote, "Our political correct society is acting like some giant insults taking place by calling a bunch of people who are retards, retards." Wow. And then he said that Rahm Emanuel got all these groups together to apologize to them, you know, Special Olympics and other people with disabilities, etc. And he called that the retard summit at the White House. Okay, now, if you come after Rahm Emanuel for saying retarded, you got to go nuclear on Rush for these comments. They're a million times worse, right? And I'd like to note for the record, I think that there is a significant difference between retarded and retard. If you see a kid who's got, you know, mental challenges, let's put it that way, right, in school, and some other ass comes over and goes, "Hey, you retard," I'm going to kick that kid's ass, man. Because, I mean, to do that to somebody is terrible, if you ask me, right? On the other hand, if somebody makes a joke about something that is not related to kids that are not, you know, that don't have those issues, and it's just calling someone stupid and says retarded, I have almost no issue with that, right? You got to be able to understand the difference, right? Now, Rush, in this case, is not calling a specific person retard, but he's coming damn close. He's saying it's a retard summit, okay? And he says, oh, I got to call a retard a retard. So Sarah Palin, I'm sure, unleashed, because remember, she said about Rahm Emanuel that he was hurting God's children and that he should be fired immediately. All right, so Palin does launch one cruise missile, but it's just one sentence through her spokesperson. It says, Governor Palin believes crude and demeaning name-calling at the expense of others is disrespectful. All right, look, it's something, right? She had to say something. On the other hand, she hasn't called for him to get fired. She hasn't said he's hurt God's children. That he said, these are all things she said about Rahm Emanuel, that he said as an offensive a word as there can be, and that it just disrupts civil society altogether, etc. So it's to be interesting to see Rush Limbaugh's reaction to his beloved Sarah Palin. And I don't know if Rush is still on the stuff, you know what I'm saying? But to make that kind of comment, knowing that you're definitely, at the very least, going to get under Sarah Palin's skin, which, you know, he claims that he loves and adores, it's a curious choice. But all right, hey, Rush wants to grab attention, wants to grab some headlines. Mission accomplished. You did that. Probably not in the best way. But I would love to see that fight get uglier. So, put some thought behind it, Rush. You know what? She got in your face. You're going to let her get away with that, Rush? Come on, man. Getting on you for just saying there's a retard summit. Come on, hit her again. Hit her again, Rush. Let's have some fun. Let's go. Think about it.